Hello everybody. Today I thought I'd take a look at FSIM Shuttle, which has been around on the App Store for ages and it's always remained high in the placings, and that's for good reason, is that it's one of the most smooth running, graphically impressive games I think you can get by way of an app. Personally, I've used it on the iPod Touch, I've used it on a Samsung Galaxy S2 mobile phone, and it runs fine on those, and of course on the iPad here. It's certainly one of my most used apps as well. I think you'll see in the stats it says 72 flights in a minute, but I've used it hundreds of times. I think somewhere along the update lines my stats must have been reset. But I've actually had hundreds of flights, and it's quite surprising how hard it is to actually make a perfect landing. It's one of those games that's easy to play, difficult to master. I've just gone in here on random flight mode, and it's quite a change to actually have a flight that's at night going on YouTube. There's plenty during the day, but it's given me a nighttime flight for once, and we're doing the full landing approach here. You can of course do the full descent, turning into your given landing area, or you can just do an approach. With the approach alone, you probably stand a better chance of getting a really high score, but personally I prefer to do the full thing. As I said, I've got it set up for random flights, landing at either John F. Kennedy Space Center or the Edwards Air Force Base, different approaches. I just prefer to have it that way and to have something a bit random, but you can set up through the settings, you can set up whichever flight you actually like if you wish to do that. So we're just watching this landing from inside the orbiter at the moment. The sound, I must say, is beautifully recorded. If we get any glitches in this video, it's not due to the video itself, it's down to the software I've used to actually convert it over from the iPad, so just ignore that. The sound is perfect. I just want to have a few periods of silence in this actual review, because I think this is one of those apps that actually the graphics are amazing, the sound's amazing. As you saw, that little glitch there isn't, as I said, isn't down to the game, it's down to the video conversion software, so just ignore that. Control is essentially just by tilting the iPad or whichever device you're actually playing the game on. Very fine, delicate movements, keeping yourself on track. There are other manual controls that you can use, should you wish, to control the air brakes, for example. But I just leave it on automatic, and I've thoroughly enjoyed it. Just using the tilt facility to actually land. It never bores me, this game, I must say. So here we are, we're on final approach. The little red markers you can see on the screen are the actual brakes. Now those will be manually controlled. What I'm doing there is just pulling them back with my thumbs. You'll notice them move in a moment, the little red things on the screen. There we are, I've just applied the brakes. Okay, so we're down safely. I'll just going to a replay because the replays are amazingly impressive. These have only been fairly recently introduced to the app, but these are really like broadcast quality shuttle replays. So now you're seeing the flight we've just done, and you can actually save these certainly on the iPad to your camera roll and upload them to YouTube or whatever. Your replays can be configured so that you can view it from whichever angle you want to. If you want to stay inside the cockpit, fair enough. But this one's on random, so we've got cockpit, exterior, we've got it from the point of view of the landing strip, watching you come in, set control tower. There's numerous different angles that you can actually see your replay from. But I just like good old random. It's strange sometimes how watching a replay can be so enjoyable. You're not actually playing the game, you're watching something you've just done, but when a replay's done right, it just works. I think the work and the pride that's gone into making this app is actually amazing. Look at that, that's just incredible, the detail. I think anybody who actually hasn't got this on their iPad is really missing out big time. And yes, it's a simulator, but I could actually see women enjoying this. It's a good hand-eye coordination thing. I don't think simulation should be all male biased. I don't. You go back 10 to 15 years and a piece of software like this would have cost a fortune. And nowadays you can pick up this app for really what is just pennies. That's wonderful, isn't it? And those contrails are a new recent update as well. There's a bit of lag there, but again, that's down to my video recording, not down to the app. the app is flawless. And I love this animation on the chute as you land. So I think a huge credit to the developers. I think FSIM Shuttle is one of the most amazing apps ever. If there's one simulation you should have on your iPad, it's this one.